Batting sixth, the left
Good afternoon there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. So we have game two of today's doubleheader between the 8-4 Alexandria Lady Tigers and your 7-1 Wapahani Lady Raiders. They're in game one of the morning here. The Lady Raiders took care of business in that one by a final score of 7-3. So looking to get back after here in game two. And we have a little bit of a different look to the lineup here, so we'll just run down them here real quick. Alexandria will have leading off here the catcher number 13, Mackenzie McCarty. Batting second, playing center field, number 1, Kiana Alberts. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 21, Caitlin Bear. Batting fourth, and she'll be playing first base, number 15, Mickey Murphy. Batting fifth, and the designated player, number 28, Abby Burnett. Batting sixth, left fielder, number 24, Mackenzie Swango. Batting seventh, right fielder, number 3, Hannah Bivens. Batting eighth, second baseman, number 11, Kirsten Van Horn. And batting ninth, third baseman, number 16, Elias Stanridge.
She'll be batting for number 9, the right fielder, Emma Shuck.
Again,
and batting ninth, the third baseman, number 11,
Lady Tigers are coached by Sarah Almack.
Good luck to both teams.
Now for the starting lineup here for your Wapahani Lady Raiders, leading things off and playing left field, number 9, Megan Barton. Batting second and pitching, number 20, Olivia Smith. Batting third and catching, number 15, Annie Shuck. Batting fourth, second base, number 12, Amaya Smith. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 33, Daisy Gibson. Batting sixth, playing center field, number 19, Dayton Lee. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, number 2, Casey Dragoo. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 28, Hannah Buchanan. She'll be hitting for the right fielder, number 10, Emma Shuck. And batting ninth, playing third base, number 11, Mallory Summers. Again, your Lady Raiders are coached by Jackie Glancy, assisted by Julie Hughes, Julie Wilson, and Danielle Wellman. So again, that's today's starting lineups here. Usually we would put the graphic up there, but the way we're getting things going here today, didn't go ahead and do that here for game two. But nevertheless, here, Wapahani came out here from the get-go. Very solid start to the day when the Lady Raiders were able to take game one there 7-3. Great pitching performance there by Hannah Buchanan. The hitting got it going early and often throughout the ball game, very consistent. And then defensively, very, very solid. Made every play look easy. And just a very, very good game here for the Lady Raiders. So hopefully that game will translate into the second game of the day as we take on Alexandria here. So to lead things off here for game two of today's doubleheader will be the catcher, number 13, Mackenzie McCarty.
Leading off for Alexandria, the catcher, number 13, Mackenzie McCarty.
Again here, McCarty got on base a couple of different times there in game one. Had a pair of walks. So we'll see what Olivia Smith has in plan here for the Tigers here in game two of the afternoon, as that will be in there for a ball, 1-0 to begin things here on McCarty. Smith gets her signs. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be swung on and popped up there to the first baseman, Daisy Gibson. So 2 pitches, 1 out here to begin today's game two.
The center fielder, number 1, Kiana Alberts.
So now batting will be the center fielder, number 1, Kiana Alberts. So she stands in here. Smith gets her signs. Here's the pitch. And they're called a strike, 0-1. Been really hoping for another great pitching performance this time around here for Olivia Smith. Not sure if, I don't even know if she's pitched yet this year in a game. I'm sure she has. I'm not completely positive on that, though. But so far, so good. 0-2 here on Alberts with the shortstop, Caitlin Bear, waiting on deck. Smith back on the rubber here. Gets her signs here from Shuck. And the windup in the 0-2. Just a bit outside now to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And down the third base line and foul. So the count will remain here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Weather's still a little bit hit and miss there. We started the day when we first got out here. It was nice and sunny outside, and it was actually decently warm as well. But man, since the first pitch of Game 1, that's been a lot more chilly actually, and the wind has really kicked up. And in fact, I think we might have a wind tunnel before we
21, Caitlin Bear.
Yeah, this game here today. So a infield single there for Alberts. She snuck that one right over the head there of Olivia Smith. So now we'll see the shortstop, number 21, Caitlin Bear, stand in here with the lady on at first. One out here in the top of the inning. Going on the pitch, and she'll be dead left or right on that one. What an arm there by Annie Shuck, and a tag by Casey Dragoo. So now 2 outs here in the inning, 0-1 now on Bear. A ball high evens the count here. 1 ball and 1 strike. Popped up down the right field line. That's going to be in fair territory. And Shuck will get it in, and Bear will get all the way to third base with a 2-out triple. So a fine piece of hitting there by Caitlin Bear. It's already 2 hits now that the Tigers have been able to record, but
the first baseman, number 15, Mickey
unfortunately
Murphy.
for them, Alberts was caught stealing. That would have been a run up on the board there for the Lady Tigers. So now Mickey Murphy stands in here as she swings and misses for strike 1. Smith will rock back and a pitch. Dribble to the second baseman. Smith collects, throws to first, and that's that. So the Lady Raiders escape trouble here in the top half of the first inning as the Lady Tigers get no runs here on 2 hits. Also no errors, and 1 left on. We will head to the bottom of the first inning here from Raider Field. We'll step aside and we'll be back with more right after this break. Alrighty, welcome back here, folks, as we head to the bottom half of the first inning from beautiful Raider Field. Lead things off here with the left fielder, number 9, Megan Barton. Had a pretty good day from the plate there in Game 1. Hopefully that will continue here in Game number 2. We got the offense going early and often, 1 through 9. I don't think that there was anybody that didn't collect at least 1 hit in the game. Very productive offensively. Bounce back to the pitcher on the first, and 1 pitch and 1 out to begin today's game.
15.
So now to the
pitcher, Number 20.
Number
Olivia
2 hitter
Smith.
in the Lady Raider lineup, the pitcher, number 20, Olivia Smith. So Alexis Bean back on the mound here for Game 2. She gave up 5 runs there in Game 1 before she was relieved of her duties by Abby Burnett. And then she gave up 2 runs in the 6th inning. So 1-0 the count to Smith. Just a bit outside, now 2-0. Didn't miss a whole lot there on that one. Now 3-0 on Smith. Tell you what, if she can get on base, that'll be some nice speed to have on the base pass with your heavy hitters coming up behind. And they're called to strike. Runs the count to 3 balls, 1 strike on Olivia. Again, getting to start today on the mound. Good first inning of work. Wiggling out of trouble there. And that pitch will be inside for a ball, so Smith will travel on down there to first base with a 1-out walk.
Now batting the catcher.
And that one I'll bring to the plate, the
15,
catcher,
Annie
number
Shuck.
15, Annie Shuck. Tell you what a game she had. 4 for 4 with a pair of RBIs. And a pitch, and that's a deep drive left field. If it's going to be fair, it's gone, and foul ball. So Shuck had a couple of different opportunities in Game 1 for a home run. One bounced completely off the wall. The other one took one bounce on the grouse and then hit the fence. But that one finally got it over, but unfortunately it was foul. And that will be a deep drive, center field. The center fielder back and will rob her of a home run. So she has seen the ball very well today, but unfortunately,
now batting the second baseman, number 12.
Center fielder robbed her of a 2-run homer, and it just ends up in a fly ball out to center. So 2 out, 1 on. Again, you still have Olivia Smith at first, and now her sister, Amaya Smith, second baseman, now at the plate. As that will be in there for a ball, 1-0. Following Amaya will be Daisy Gibson. And down the right field line, but just a hair foul. Thought for a second that that was going to potentially hit off the first baseman's glove. And that, she was able to barely sneak it over her head there, and unfortunately fair and end up going in foul territory is more or less what I'm trying to say there, as soon as I could spit it out properly. Good lands. So 1-2 here at Amaya Smith. Maya had another fine game for herself in Game 1. Also a couple of ribeyes. Outside there for ball 2, the pickoff moved back to first, and Olivia will be back in there safely. So the count is even here, 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out in the inning. The Raiders looking to do something early here in this one, get on top, as that will be a little bit inside now to run the count to full, 3-2.
It's kind of slow sometimes.
And a pitch. Ball 4. Oh, wow. Strike 3 called. That literally caught the outer part of the outside of the plate. I mean, my lands.
Score after
Close call right there, but
Wapahani 0, Alexandria.
got to go with what the umpire says, and that strike 3 look in there. So the Raiders are able to get a base runner there. Nothing to show for it here as they get no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We will head to the Top of the second here from Raider Field, scoreless after one. Back here on the WHS Network here with the top of the second inning. And to lead things off would be the designated player, number 28, Abby Burnett, as Olivia Smith gets ready for her second inning of work. And that will be just a bit high there for a ball, 1-0. A scoreless opening inning there for both teams. Let's see what we have in store for us here in inning number 2 as Burnett swings and misses on that to even it up here at a ball and a strike. Fouled on for the third base side. Again, we'll be back at it on Monday evening there when we travel to Yorktown with the Raider baseball team. That's going to be a great showdown there between those two teams right there. Yorktown, pretty nice season here so far, as that will be a leadoff hit for Abby Burnett into right field. So she's on down at first with the left fielder, number 24, Mackenzie Swingo, now standing in. But as I was saying there, we'll be at Yorktown on Monday night. That's a 5 o'clock game start time with the Wapahani Raiders taking on the Yorktown Tigers. Again, more than likely, I doubt that we'll be live for that one. Most press boxes just don't have Wi-Fi. I mean, it's just kind of plain simple as that, unfortunately. But if it is available, obviously we'll try to take advantage as much as we can there. But that'll be on Monday night from Tiger Field. 0-2 here on Swingo after Burnett had a leadoff single to begin the inning. Already 3 hits for the Lady Tigers. That's about as many hits as what they had the whole entire game in Game 1. So no balls, 2 strikes. We'll have Hannah Bivens following Swingo. Olivia Smith back on the rubber here. Takes a look in there to Shuck and a pitch. It's going to be a fly ball into center field, and Dayton Lee won't get there. The ball kept on tailing away from her. So a single and now a double to begin the top half of the inning for the Tigers.
Now batting the right fielder, number 3, Hannah Bivens.
So the right fielder, number 3, Hannah Bivens, will now stand in at home plate with a pair of runners on base in scoring position. Smith will have to really wiggle out of trouble here. That's in there for a ball, 1-0. Again, she got the first 2 outs there in the opening inning and allowed a triple, but got out of that with a ground ball out. Be big time here if we can get potentially a strikeout, or maybe might even load the bases. Who knows? It's 2-ball, no strike count here on Bivens. I guess at least then you would have a force out at home. But I'd definitely still go for the strikeout, and we'll see what we can do here with that. Here's the pitch from Smith. Bunted foul. Two and one now to Bivens. See if they keep the bunt sign on, which is really not going to do a whole lot of good. Unless if it, I mean, it'd really have to be a bang play. You throw down the first, the runner might end up coming home. That's what we're going to have, and the ball will scoot by, just barely there by Shuck. So that'll be the first out of the inning. The Lady Tigers get on the board.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 11, Kirsten.
So again, Burnett scores after the little sacrifice ground out by Bivens. Swango moves on to third, and Van Horn now at the plate with one on third and one out here in the inning. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt, 0-1. Van Horn had a solo homer in the first game of the day. I think then later on ended up having a base hit as that's rifled down the left field line, foul, 0-2. Really outside of that, really couldn't muster a whole lot of offense together. They did score in the fifth and sixth inning. They did score one run in each one of those innings to narrow the gap to two. Like I said, then the Lady Raiders were able to score two in the bottom half of the sixth to cushion that lead just a little bit more, as that will be strike three swing and a big timeout there by Olivia Smith.
Now batting, third baseman, number 16.
So now you have the third baseman, number 16, Aaliyah Stanridge. Just one more out to go here. If you can get out of this with only giving up one run, I would say that's a fantastic job considering you had two on, second and third, and nobody out. Really worked out well for us. Not only that, but the farthest they've hit the ball so far since that time has been right back to the pitcher. So it's not like they're making solid contact like they did the first two batters. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Stanridge. Here's the pitch. And popped up, and what a fantastic job there by Olivia Smith. Escaping trouble there, only giving up one run here in the inning. As the Tigers threaten there, they get one run here on 2 hits, also no errors, and 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning here from Raider Field. 1-0, Tigers lead it after 2.
Number 33, Daisy
Alrighty,
Gibson.
welcome back here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Here a 1-0 lead for Lady Tigers as we head into the bottom of the second inning. And to get things started will be Daisy Gibson as she fouls one off down the left field line, 0-1. Daisy, also another one of those ladies, 1 through 9 in the order here. She ended up having 3 hits in game 1. So hopefully that trend will continue here in the second game. A little nub shot off the hands. That's going to sting, especially since it's a little bit more chilly outside here. 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes here on Gibson. Having to battle here. Just a bit outside. Now 1-2. Bean here with a 1-2 pitch. Right back up the middle. The shortstop's there. Will make the play on down to first there for the first out of the inning.
The center fielder, number 19.
So a sharp hit ground ball there by Gibson. Nothing to show for with a 6-3 put out for out number 1. Now the center fielder, number 19, Dayton Lee, stands in here. Tell you what, she had a couple nice at-bats there, as well as a couple of nice snags out in center field, laying out for a couple of them. Down to third, a nice play by Standridge will get Dayton Lee for out number 2. 1 pitch on that at-bat. But a nice hit down to third base. But
now batting the shortstop, number 2, Casey.
Nice hit, but an even better play. I give her a lot of credit down there, that one young lady Standridge. So here we are with the shortstop, number 2, Casey Dragoo. Heading down in the order for game 2. She was the number 2 hitter in the lineup for the first game. So 0-1 here for Casey. Hannah Buchanan to follow her. Bean gets her signs. Here's a pitch. And a deep drive left field. The left fielder goes back and will make the play in foul ground for the third and final out of the inning. So the Lady Raiders go silently here in the bottom of the second inning as they get no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. To the top of the third we go here from beautiful Raider Field. Lady Tigers lead your Lady Raiders 1-0. All righty, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, with the top of the third inning. As we are set to begin things here with the top of the lineup with the catcher, number 13, Mackenzie McCarty. As that one will land outside, 1-0 to begin the at-bat here for McCarty. She popped it up to the first baseman to lead off the game. And that's a deep drive to right. You're not going to get that one. A solo shot for Mackenzie McCarty. And she absolutely tattooed one.
I thought that plane was going to get it.
So McCarty there with a solo shot puts the Tigers up now 2-0. And now here we are with the center fielder number 1, Kiana Alberts. She is 1 for 1 here on the day. She had a single in the first inning and then was caught stealing second base. So good thing that that vehicle out there, I bet you they was possibly wetting themselves after they seen that ball coming right their way, I guarantee that couldn't have been, that might have actually rolled right underneath their vehicle. So that was sure a very adventurous turn of events there for those people out there in that car.
Now batting the shortstop, number 21, Caitlin Bear.
So Alberts flies out to left field for the first out of the inning. Now we'll see the shortstop, number 21, Caitlin Bear, at the plate here for Lady Tigers. 1 for 1, had a 2-out triple in the first, and she was stranded over there at third. 1-0 now to Bear. Smith will wind up and the pitch. Another one skied down the left field line and foul. So again, the wind now starting to blow out more in the left field. First it was coming in. That's why a couple of Annie Shucks shots that she had in the first game end up dying down, because the wind was keeping them in. But now, I don't care about McCarty's. That was going to go out regardless, because that was hit very hard. But the wind is going to be a little bit more helpful, especially now blowing out to left field. So Bear able to reach base on an error by the shortstop, Casey Dragoo. But, hey, it's just one play. You can make it up right here, throw down the second, and that's going to get into center field. So 0-1 now the count here on Mickey Murphy, the first baseman. 0 for 1 on the night for her. So a stolen base and then an error on the throw allowed her to reach third base. So a couple of errors here. The Raiders didn't make an error at all in game 1 today, but now 2 back-to-back plays, an error there by the shortstop and an error by the catcher, Annie Shuck, has put the Raiders in dangerous position here to allow another run. Mallory Summers will make the play. Nice little over-the-head grab. So now 2 outs here in the inning. Bears still at third.
Hitter number 28, Abby Burnett.
Designated player number 28, Abby Burnett. 1 for 1 here on the day, also with a run scored. 1-0 the count to begin things on Burnett. Again, Bear down at third. 2 out here in the inning. A ball high, 2-0. Getting this game really moving rather quickly here. Got started maybe probably about 25 minutes ago. And we're getting ready to head into the bottom of the third inning as Dragoo is able to get it over there to Gibson to complete the third and final out of the inning. So the Tigers push another run across here after a solo shot by Mackenzie McCarty. And they now lead at 2-0 after 2.5 innings of play. We'll step aside here for a break. This will be our University Avenue Dental game break after 2.5. Welcome back. Here at the bottom of the third inning here on the WHS Network. We'll begin things here with the designated player number 28, Hannah Buchanan. Obviously the big story about her there in the first game, a great pitching performance there. Also was able to collect a hit or two there and get a couple runs off, or a couple of runs batted in off of it as well. 2-0 the count here on Buchanan. And a nub shot right back up the middle. That's going to get through into center field. So probably not the best pitch selection, I guess, to hit that one off of, because it will look like she was able to nub it off of her knuckles, so to speak. But hey, she got it in there for a hit, and that's all that matters. Doesn't always have to look beautiful out there. So a great leadoff single there from Buchanan, as we will have a courtesy runner over at first base for the Lady Raiders. That'll be number 18, Allison Stewart.
Okay.
Okay, actually, it's going to be number 6.
Number 6, Carissa Clairday.
Carissa Clairday. The only day that I write in pen, usually I have a pencil, but
Now
today
the Lady Raiders.
I have a pen, and
The third
well,
baseman, number 11.
I already have to
Summers.
scribble something out there. So Carissa Clairday will come in to be the courtesy runner down at first base. So now the third baseman, number 11, Mallory Summers, stands in here. This is her first plate appearance of the day. She did not play in game 1. So 0-1 to begin things. Clairday with pretty good speed down there at first base. Here's the pitch by Bean. A little bit inside there to even a count up here to ball and a strike. Following Summers will be back to the top of the order with Megan Barton. Again, 2-0 lead for the Tigers. Here's the pitch. That one's a little bit low and in there now. 2 balls and a strike. Third baseman playing the bunt. Just in case, you never know. Obviously with nobody out here in the inning. Here's the pitch. Skied off to the right side out of play. 2-2. So Alexis Bean back on the rubber here. Looks in there to get her signs. Here's the 2-2 offering. Shot down the right field side over there. Now we'll get through for a single. Way to take it that way there by Mallory Summers. So back-to-back hits to open up the Raiders' bottom half of the third.
9, Megan Barton.
Also, by the way, that's the first hits of the game there for the Lady Raiders. Back-to-back here. So back to the top of the order, speaking of which, here by left fielder number 9, Megan Barton. Grounded out there to the pitcher to open up the festivities in the opening inning. One 1-0 here on Barton. Raiders hoping for a big inning right here. Down by 2. 2 balls, no strikes on the Lady Raiders left fielder. And the 2-0. Outside, called ball 3. So Bean in some trouble here. You already have 2 runners on base, 3-0 count with nobody out. You're trying to protect a 2-run lead here that your offense is able to provide you. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk. So that will now load the bases for the pitcher, number 20, Olivia Smith. She's going to try to help herself here and
the pitcher,
put the sweet
20,
part of the bat on the
Olivia Smith.
softball. Following after her, you still got some heavy hitters to deal with. So Bean here in a laundry load list of problems. Bean gets her signs. Here's the pitch, and Smith will roll it down to third. A miscue there, and she's going to be, I'm assuming, safe. There's no call down there. The third baseman dropped the ball, so that allows a run to score. Everybody's going to be safe. Summers looks to be okay down at third, because there was a collision between the shortstop and the third baseman, or pardon me, the shortstop and the runner, Mallory Summers.
Now batting, the catcher, number 15, Annie Shuck.
So an error allows the run to score. Clariday scored on the play. Summers at third, Barton at second, and Smith at first. And a pitch down the third base line, 0-1. So I'm sure as I'm sitting here, Shuck is probably thinking, well, I've had 3 balls that has nearly went out of the ballpark. You have the bases loaded. There's nobody out. I'm sure she's probably swinging for the fences, but, I mean, if the home run happens, it happens. The main thing is you want to find a way to get on base and be productive and at least get a run home here on this at-bat. Anything else is just icing on the cake. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Shuck. 0 for 1 here on the day. Flew out to the center fielder. Was robbed actually of a home run in center field. Bean with a wind up. Here's the pitch. Nubbed off there and foul. Trying to take out her teammates over there in the dugout. 1-2. Got to protect the plate now. Wouldn't be surprised. Maybe they'll come back inside. And a ground ball through the 5 and 6 hole. Here comes Barton around third. She'll easily score. And that will be a 2 RBI single by Annie Shuck as she comes up big time right there to put the Raiders on top 3-2.
Now adding the second baseman,
and still
12,
nobody out here in the inning. And now it looks like we're going to have a mound visit here. So again, Summers and Barton scored on the play. So a nice inning here so far to this point. The Raiders obviously had back-to-back hits to open up the inning, then a 4-pitch walk to Megan Barton. Smith reached base on an error by the third baseman. And then Annie Shuck with the rip through the left side of the infield for a 2 RBI single. The Raiders have now put 3 on the board and threatening for more, as you still have runners at first and second and nobody out. And now the second baseman, number 12, Amaya Smith, will stand in. She struck out looking in the first. So looking to redeem herself here and have a fantastic at-bat. And hopefully tack on some more runs or at least have another base runner. Inside, called a ball, 1-0. Bean here with a 1-0 offering. It'll be shot down right field line and well foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Amaya. And the 1-1 will be ground ball to the second baseman on the short, down to first. So a force out at second base will be the first out of the inning.
Now batting, The first baseman, number 33, Daisy Gibson.
So again, Shuck out at second base. Olivia Smith on at third, Amaya Smith at first. So the Smith sisters are on the base passes. And the first baseman, number 33, Daisy Gibson, now at the plate. 0 for 1 here in game number 2. Grounded out to the shortstop in the second inning. And a shot down the left field line. Again, foul. 0-1. Tell you what, they've had numerous foul balls, or I'm sure they're probably running out of softballs down there. Hopefully fans will get them back in play here so we can reuse those, as that will be a pitch outside there. Now even things up here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, just a reminder, we'll be back at it on Monday night. Have a very busy week ahead of us here. It was busy this week, as that will be shot into right field. The right fielder will somehow make the catch, a basket catch out there in right field. So a nice play there. A run does score as the Raiders tack on another here for a 4-2 lead. But as I was saying, we'll be back at it on Monday with Raider baseball.
Number 19, Dayton
coming your way from Yorktown High School at Tiger Field. It'll be a 5 o'clock start time there for that one. Should be a great game, so come on out if you get the chance. And watch two Delaware County's finest get after it on Monday evening at 5 o'clock. And Dayton Lee will ground out to end the inning here, but the Raiders score 4 runs here in the inning. They get 4 runs here on 3 hits, also 1 error and 1 left on. So we'll head to the top of the 4th. Raiders lead it 4-2. Welcome back here to the WHS Network. Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy here with the top of the 4th inning here from beautiful Raider Field. As we'll begin things here as Mackenzie Swango grounds out to the second baseman for a 1-pitch, 1 out. So here we are with the right fielder, number 3, Hannah Bivens.
Right fielder number 3, Hannah Bivens.
So Bivens 0 for 0 here on the day so far. A sacrifice ground out there to the pitcher. They'll be in there for a ball, 1-0. She did end up collecting the RBI back there in the second inning. Big bottom half there for the Raiders. They get back on top there big time there as we was able to string some hits together. Had really some great at-bats. Of course, that's been how it is most of the day. course, game one, really solid job on every spectrum of the game. So far, done a pretty nice job here in all facets as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shuck really has to regather herself, I assume. Here's the 1-1. Just a bit low there. Now a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Here's the 2-1 offering. Bunted foul. So 2-2 here on right fielder Bivens. Following her will be Kirsten Van Horn. She's 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the 2-2 from Olivia. Ground ball to first baseman Gibson. Gets it and steps on first for the second out of the inning.
Now batting second baseman number 11, Kirsten Van Horn.
So here we are with the second baseman number 11, Kirsten Van Horn. As I just mentioned, 0 for 1 here on the day. Strikeout swinging back in the second. As Smith will start her out 0-1. Again, as I said, we do have a very busy week next week. Monday at Yorktown. Tuesday we will be back at home against Delta. Wednesday we will be at home against Cowan to take on the Blackhawks. Then Thursday we will be traveling to Delta for the Lady Raider softball game as they take on the Lady Eagles. Next Friday, I think we might not have anything, but then next Saturday will be the Wapahani Invitational. So we're looking at right around 6 to 7 games next week. We had end up being 6 games this week, so
number 16, Aaliyah
we've been very
Stanbridge.
busy to say the least. But that's great stuff here. Always important to get all the information out to you fine folks out there in Raider Nation and get all these nice athletic kids some recognition that they so rightfully deserve. So 1-0 the count here on Elias Stanridge after the 2-out hit by Kirsten Van Horn. Foul tip now 2-1. Ground ball to the shortstop. Dragoo sets her feet, plants, and throws for the third and final out of the top of the fourth inning. So a nice job there to get out of things. Unscathed there of anything crossing the plate. So the Lady Tigers again go rather silently here. They get no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on. To the bottom of the fourth we go here, folks, on YouTube. We'll step aside and we'll be back with more Lady Raider softball right after the University Avenue Dental game break. Welcome back here in the bottom of the fourth inning as we are set to begin things with the shortstop,
Leading off the
number
bottom of the
2,
fourth inning
Casey
for the Lady
Dragoo.
Raiders, The shortstop, number 2, Casey Dragoon.
I'd like to thank some of our sponsors here today. First and foremost, University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS. Greg, along with the rest of his talented dentistry crew, looks solving your unrecognized dental needs with an invaluable patient experience, outstanding treatment, and that cutting-edge dentistry. University Avenue Dental is located at 800 West University Avenue in Muncie, Indiana. And their hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So greatly appreciate University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS. 0-1 to begin things here to the Raiders shortstop, Casey Dragoo. A fly ball down the left field line, out of play, 0-2 on Dragoo. Casey so far 0 for 1, flew out to the left fielder in the second inning. So looking for her first hit of game 2. Bean gets her signs and a pitch. Rifled right down the third base line and into the mid of the third baseman, Standridge. So that's just unfortunate luck there for Dragoo.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 28, Hannah Buchanan.
So now the designated player, number 28, Hannah Buchanan, at the plate. 1 for 1. Had a single, and then Carissa Clarday came in to run for her. And she ended up scoring a run. Down the third once again. So now another 5-3 put out for out number 2. Mallory Summers now stands in with a single and a run scored.
Number 11, Mallory Summers.
Inside, in there for a ball, 1-0. Again, Summers getting her first at-bats of the day. She didn't play in game 1. Got the start down at third base here in game 2, and done a nice job here so far as there's an even count at a ball and a strike. Following Summers will be the top of the order in Megan Barton. We'll see if Summers can get to the top of the lineup here in the 4th inning. A little dribbler to the shortstop. She'll make the play. And the final out of the inning right there as the Lady Raiders go silent here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. To the top of the 5th we go. Raiders again lead at 4-2 after 4 innings. All righty, welcome back here on the WHS Network. Set to begin the top of the 5th inning.
Leading off the 5th inning, the catcher, number 13, Mackenzie McCarty.
So we'll start here with the top of the lineup for Alexandria. Got the catch, number 13, Mackenzie McCarty. And a pitch will be in there, 1-0. So far, the overall line score here for the Lady Tigers, they have 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. while Wapahani has 4 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. And a pitch there up in the zone for ball 3. So Olivia's got to come all the way back here in this at bat to get McCarty. Of course, she's 1 for 2, popped it up to the first baseman, then a solo homer back in the third. And that will be a 4-pitch walk to McCarty.
Now batting the center fielder, number 1.
And so
Kiana
now that will
Alberts.
lead to the center fielder, number 1, Kiana Alberts. 1 for 2, had a single in the first inning and was caught stealing second, and then flew out to the left fielder in the third. And that's another ball. Might not be too bad of an idea. Maybe go out there and talk to Olivia here. That's 5 straight balls. We'll see what she can do right here. You don't want to put yourself in too much trouble early on here in this inning. A bunt attempt right there, and McCarty is going, well, she's going to be safe. So the pitch was called a strike. Looked like she might have had her down near second base, but the umpire said that there was no tag, I guess, on the play. A bunt to the third base side. Well placed, but it rolled foul. Now 1-2. Need to move that base runner now up to second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the number 2 hitter in the Tigers lineup. Smith will get her signs. Rock back and a pitch. Inside for ball 2. Ground ball to the third baseman. Summers collects those to first and will get her by a step, but McCarty will go ahead and trot on to third.
Now batting the shortstop, number 21, Caitlin
So
Bader.
a 5-3 put out for the first down of the inning. Again, Mackenzie McCarty now at third base. And the shortstop, Caitlin Baer, now at the plate. That'll be in there for a ball, 1-0. Took that way foul to the left side. One ball, 1 strike. Again, Bear here on the day. Had a 2-out triple in the first inning. The left stranded at third, and that's going to be shot right back up the middle. And that will be an RBI single as the Lady Tigers now inch 1 run closer here to make it a 4-3 ball game.
The first baseman, number 15, Mickey Murphy.
So the first baseman, Mickey Murphy, now in the batter's box, and Olivia Smith will start her off 0-1. Nice, that was a real nice hit there by Bear. Take it right back up the middle. End up scoring a run there on the play. Hopefully Olivia will be able to get out of it here with a double play. We're going to have a close play down at first, and Gibson will get her, and very close. Looked to have been out at third, but she must have got under the tag. A bang play down at third base.
Player number 28, Abby Burnett.
And swung on and missed there by Abby Burnett.
They went back to third after first.
Here's the pitch to Burnett, and that's going to be rifled into center field. There's Dayton Lee to make the catch, and that will end the inning. The Lady Tigers, though, get another one back as they get one run here on one hit. Also, no errors, and one left on. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth here. The Lady Raiders lead at 4-3. Set to begin things here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The Raiders with a one-run lead here, 4-3, and we're back to the top of the lineup with the left fielder number 9, Megan Barton. 0-1 the count here on Megan. She is 0 for 1 here on the day. Grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning. Then drew a walk and scored a run into third, as that will skip through the infield for a leadoff hit for Megan Barton. So she'll be on down at first with the pitcher number 20, Olivia Smith.
Olivia Smith.
So I would imagine, if I was a betting man, that Olivia will be bunting right here. She already shows the bunt out there. And the pitch. Fouled off there to the right side. Nobody's going to get there in time. So she pulled the bat back, swung away, as it is now 0-1 here on Olivia Smith. So no balls and one strike here on Olivia. Outside there, more or less a pitch out. Make sure that nobody was going there. One ball, one strike. Barton at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. And right back up the middle to the pitcher. And that's going to be a double play. So very unfortunate turn of events there.
Now batting.
So a line out to the pitcher.
Number 15, Annie Shuck.
That was a 1-3 double play. So two quick outs off of that one, with the catcher, number 15, Annie Shuck, now at the plate. 1 for 3 on today. Here in game number 2. As that will be in there for a ball high. Flew out to the center fielder in the first inning. Then had a 2 RBI single in the third. That put the Raiders on top. And that's a drive in the center field. It won't have enough. And the center fielder will be there to make the catch to to end the inning. So the Raiders had something going there,
5 innings.
but after a series of events there, unfortunately ended the inning as we head to the top of the 6th. Raiders still on top, 4-3. Back here on the WHS Network, Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard and McCoy. Here with the top of the 6th, led off here by left fielder Mackenzie Swingo here for the Lady Tigers. So here's the pitch from Olivia, and it'll be swung on to right field, and Shuck won't get there in time. So a leadoff base runner. Swingo, now the right fielder, number 3, Hannah Bivens.
Right fielder, number 3, Hannah Bivens.
Line to the third baseman, and back in there safely will be Swingo. So great heads-up softball right there by Mallory Summers to make the catch.
Number 11, Kirsten Van Horn.
So now the second baseman, number 11, Kirsten Van Horn, will stand in. 1 for 2 on the day. Want to know the count to begin things. Van Horn struck out swinging in the second inning, then had a base hit in the 4th. Here's the 1-0, as that was bunted foul. So now the count even ups here at a ball and a strike. So 1-1 the count here on Van Horn. Smith with a windup and a pitch. And fouled over to the right side. Gibson will get there and make the play. Not sure if we got the camera shot on that or not. Redbeard nearly had it. So now 2 outs here in the inning.
Now batting third baseman, number 16, Aaliyah.
Nice job there by Dacey to make the play. And now the third base, number 16, Aaliyah Standridge, at the plate here, 1-0. Standridge so far on the afternoon, 0 for 2. Popped it up to the pitcher to end the second inning, then grounded out to the shortstop in the 4th. So 1 ball and 1 strike as Stanridge steps back in there. Smith back on the rubber and the pitch inside for ball 2. Fouled off. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Smith trying to finish off Stanridge here. Get her teammates back in here to hit. Fouls that one back. So the count will stay put here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Getting really, it's been overall a pretty nice day for some softball. Game 1 really only took roughly about an hour and a half to 2 hours to finish off, and Shuck will make the play there for the 3rd out of the inning, flashing some leather on the play. Nicely done there by Emma. So again, the Tigers get a leadoff hit to begin the 6th inning. Nothing to show for here. So they get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. To the bottom of the 6th we go here from Raider Field. Again, Raiders lead at 4-3. This will be our University Avenue Dental game break. Welcome back here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. The bottom of the 6th inning awaits us here. The second baseman, number 12, Amaya Smith, will stand in here. 1-0 to begin things. Amaya here on the afternoon, 0 for 2. She struck out looking in the 1st inning, then bounced out to the second baseman in the 3rd. And they're called a strike, 1-1. Ground ball to shortstop, bobbled, and Smith will be in there safely after an error by the shortstop.
The first
and, it's sometimes these little things throughout the ball game that can really, make a huge difference in the outcome here. Now, you have a leadoff base runner here, and what should have more than likely been an out turns into a base runner. You get him out to second base, and then you never know what can happen from there. And a base hit now into left center. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Smith will stay put at 3rd. So, just simple as that right there. That was a beautiful stroke there by Daisy Gibson.
The center fielder, number 19.
And Wapahani has it going here now with 2 on and nobody out. Smith at 3rd, Gibson at 2nd, and the center fielder, number 19, Dayton Lee, now at the plate. Got to make good of this opportunity here. That's going to get by the catcher. Smith will score standing up. And just like that, it's a 5-3 lead. So the air comes back to haunt the Lady Tigers. Gibson advances on the third. And a 1-0 count here on Dayton Lee with another lady still out there in scoring position. Bean will get her signs. Here's the pitch. Right back to her. Now to home. And Gibson will be in there safely. So she was trying to avoid running over the catcher. It was kind of a half slide, half stand up. Here, I'll just bend down. And it worked out great. So
Now batting, shortstop, number 2, Casey Dragoo.
that's all that matters. Now 6-3 lead here for Wapahani. Sacrifice ground out. 1-3. Call to strike now, 1-1. Casey Dragoo 0 for 2. Flew out to the left fielder in the second inning, then lined out to the third baseman in the fourth. Fly ball to the right side, out of play. So now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dragoo in protection standpoint now the rest of the way. 1-2 offering. And there, that's going to be a ball low and in. Two balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to be a deep fly ball left field. The left fielder will be there playing the line to make the catch for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, designated player, number 28, Hannah Buchanan.
So now the designated player, Hannah Buchanan, out at the plate. She is 1 for 2, had a single in the third inning, then grounded out to the third baseman in the fourth. Again, Wapahani's been able to plate a couple of runs here to widen this margin just a little bit more, which was exactly what they did in game 1. They had a 2-run lead. He was able to score 2 runs in the 6th to widen the margin a little bit more. Ground ball to the third baseman. She'll throw down the first, and that will end the inning. So the Raiders got a couple of insurance runs. As they now lead at 6-3. We'll head to the top of the 7th here in Game 2 of today's doubleheader. We'll be back right after the break. All righty, folks. Here we are back with the top of the 7th inning, and to lead things off here for the Alexandria Lady Tigers will be the catcher, number 13, Mackenzie McCarty. 1-0 to begin things here for McCarty. She is 1 for 2 here on the day with a pair of runs scored, also a solo homer back in the 3rd inning. Smith gets her signs. Here's the pitch. And a fly ball into left field. And Barton will get there. Thought for a moment that she might not get there in time, but a job well done there by Barton for the first down of the inning. So here we are, center fielder number 1, Canna Alberts. A ground ball to second baseman Smith on the first, and Amaya, well, she really didn't want to put too much on that one.
Number 21,
So got the second out of the inning. And the Lady Tigers are now down to their last out. Shortstop number 21, Caitlin Baer. She's 2 for 3 here on the day. Had a triple and a single. And that will get through the left side of the infield and off of Barton. Now play at second base, and Baer will be in there safely.
Now batting the first base.
So a single
Mickey Murphy
by Baer, and then an error by the left fielder Megan Barton that will allow Baer to reach second base. That will be a ball high here to the Lady Tigers first base, number 15, Mickey Murphy. She is 0 for 3 on the day. Ground out to the second baseman, popped it up to the third baseman, and ground out to the pitcher. One ball, one strike here. Again, the Tigers still down to their last out, but they are threatening with a base runner at second base. For whatever reason, the 2 outs was cleared off of there. And that will be the third and final out of the ball game as the Lady Raiders sweep the doubleheader here this afternoon with a final score victory of 6-3. Wapahani now improves to 8-1 on the year, and Alexandria now falls to 8-5 on the season. So a great couple of wins here today for the Raiders as they are on a roll with a 6-3 victory here today. We'll go ahead and step aside for a break. We'll be back here with some final thoughts on today's games right after this break. All righty, welcome back here, folks, on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Here's we got the final thoughts of today's game. Again, Wapahani took game one of the afternoon, a 7-3 final score. And then we answered right back at them with a 6-3 victory here in game two. So we swept the doubleheader, the Wapahani Lady Raiders did, over the Alexandria Lady Tigers to advance on to 8-1 with this 6-3 victory in game two. And, a lot of credit again. Olivia Smith had a great pitching performance here. Yes, there were some times where she did have to wiggle out of some trouble, but overall, a very nice job. The bats got going again early in this one, got in the third inning, and then was able to tack on two more runs there in the sixth. And it was just a very, very good day of softball here for Wapahani. Now, they did have 3 errors, but, it was just little minor things. You want to, hopefully get that out of the way and minimize those as much as possible. Very clean game in game one. Did have some miscues here in game two, but luckily it really didn't come back to haunt us. But overall, a great day at the ballpark here for Wapahani. They will be back at it again on Tuesday. They will be right back here at home against the Winchester Lady Golden Falcons. That will be a start time of 5 o'clock there on Tuesday evening. So make sure, come on out, support the Lady Raiders softball team. Doing great so far, 8-1 on the year. Just got to keep it rolling. You want that consistency all year long, and battling and going out there and putting a great game's worth of softball out there and playing the game together and doing things the right way. So just a very nice day at the yard here for the Wapahani Lady Raiders. Overall line score here this afternoon for game two. The Alexandria Lady Tigers get 3 runs here on 9 hits. Also 2 errors and 7 left on base, while Wapahani gets 6 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors, and 2 left on base. So again, we will be back at it on Monday with Raider baseball. We have the Yorktown Tigers will be traveling to Yorktown to take on the Tigers at 5 o'clock from Tiger Field. Again, we will not be live unless we have Wi-Fi, which I doubt that would be the instance, but you never know. I don't know. They might have done some things differently since last year. But it's going to be a great game. 2 very impressive teams here in Delaware County. Going to get it together there on Monday, and then Tuesday we're going to be at home with Raider baseball against Delta. Wednesday at home against Cowan, and then Thursday with Lady Raider softball again at Delta. So that should be a great game. And then again next Saturday for the Wapahani Invitational for the baseball team. So just a lot of upcoming games here for 6 games again next week. So we are really looking forward to it coming up. But again, congratulations there to your Wapahani Lady Raiders sweeping today's doubleheader of the Alexandria Lady Tigers, now 8-1 on the season. So again, a special thanks to all of our sponsors: Jones Auto Body, Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC Dealership, University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS, B. Joseph Davis, Attorney at Law, the Liberty Perry Alumni Association, and the Muncie Dragway, all proud sponsors of the WHS Network. So folks, until Monday night, we again thank you for watching us here today. Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We'll see you next time right here on the WHS Network. Have a great rest of your weekend, folks.